Life got jostled around a little bit and I was looking for a new opportunity. In my words, I was willing to deal with whatever the worst job that they could think to throw at me was just so that I could get my foot in the door. Started writing recipes for all the beers that we were making. When we opened up Freeland here, it made perfect sense for me to sort of naturally transition into the head brewer role. Even though I've spent years trying to understand the chemistry and the physics and the microbiology and everything that goes into it, it never stops being beautiful. It never stops being magic. Beer is magic. One of the things that we try to do here, that I try to do personally when I'm designing a recipe, is I will sit down and look at classic examples of the style. I will spend hours researching, but then once I've found sort of, okay, this is what I think is going to be the most typical example of the style, I very rarely stay there. From time to time, that's resulted in people saying, this style doesn't quite taste like I'm expecting, but that's not what we're going for. What we're going for is a unique and interesting experience. All beer comes from 4 ingredients: malted barley, water, hops, and you have yeast. When we get in the morning, the first thing that we do is we take the large kernels of malted barley that we get and we crack it open through a mill, exposing all these tiny little kernels of starch inside. The cool thing about malted barley is that it contains enzymes that live inside those husks, that when you put them in hot water for a little while, it turns that starch into sugar. So that's exactly what we do. We take that cracked open barley, put it into a big vessel called a mash tun, and we fill it up with hot water at a very, very specific temperature. The hot water and the enzymes convert those starches into sugars. We turn around, drain that liquid off, move it into a kettle, and set it to boil. At that point, we can add in some hops. When the whole thing's said and done, we turn around and put it into another vessel called a fermenter, and we add in the yeast. Yeast is really where the magic happens. When we add the yeast into that unfermented wort, they take all those sugars and eat them up, and in response, they give us alcohol and carbon dioxide, which is beer. It's the same process that's been time-honored and passed down from generation to generation to generation. If I go make a pint of beer in the brewery and hand that pint to a person, they enjoy it the same way that a person 100 years ago or 500 years ago might have enjoyed that same pint being slid across the bar. I think something that surprised me about this whole journey has been the direct feedback and the appreciation that we've got with the community. We have so much support and people really love what we're doing here. It touches me personally because I just love handing someone a pint of beer that I made and watching them enjoy it. It's been really eye-opening and helped me fall even more in love with this little island that we call home.